How does restorative justice address racial bias? Have you ever wondered how restorative justice can tackle the issue of racial bias, especially for young offenders? This approach focuses on repairing harm rather than just punishing wrongdoers. By emphasizing dialogue and understanding, restorative justice seeks to create a more inclusive process for everyone involved. In the context of juvenile offenders, restorative practices shift the focus from punishment to accountability and rehabilitation. Traditional disciplinary measures often lead to exclusion, such as suspensions, which disproportionately affect Black students. Schools that implement restorative circles or mediation aim to reduce these exclusionary practices. By prioritizing understanding over punishment, these methods can help lessen racial disparities in how discipline is applied. Restorative justice also centers the experiences of marginalized groups. In cases involving hate crimes or racially motivated offenses, facilitated dialogues between offenders and victims can be transformative. These conversations encourage offenders to confront their biases and understand the impact of their actions. This process can lead to greater empathy and accountability, potentially reducing the likelihood of reoffending. However, it is important to note that restorative justice alone cannot eliminate structural racism. Its effectiveness relies on being part of broader anti-racist efforts. If systemic inequalities in education, policing, or economic access are not addressed, restorative practices may inadvertently reinforce existing biases. For example, if facilitators do not have cultural competence or if communities do not trust the process, the outcomes may remain unequal. In juvenile settings, the community-based approach of restorative justice empowers marginalized youth by giving them a voice in the resolution process. Programs that train staff to recognize racial dynamics and involve families in decision-making are more likely to reduce racial disparities. Over time, consistent application of these practices can contribute to cultural shifts in how institutions handle harm and accountability. There are practical challenges as well. Ensuring equitable access to restorative programs is essential. We must also be cautious to prevent these programs from being co-opted into punitive systems. When restorative justice is integrated with policy reforms, such as reducing zero-tolerance policies, it can serve as a tool for meaningful change rather than just an alternative. The success of restorative justice in addressing racial bias ultimately depends on a sustained commitment to both interpersonal healing and structural equity.